I'm digging, and this is the vibe. So, I've got something really weird to talk to you about. Now, for those who do know me, I usually talk about some pretty serious issues, but I love humor, and so where I can add humor, even if it is a serious issue, I like to do so. Today's something a little bit different, and I'm doing this video because it's driving me absolutely mad. And now, I've been a seer all of my life. I was born this way, and I know that it was signed, sealed, delivered when I was at the age of 2. And so for the most part of my life, I made it a goal to help people. Even if it was I was doing other things, I always made a point of it. I don't like to fall under this category as a psychic, only because it's been polluted. I'm more of, I call myself a seer, a sleeping prophet, or prophetess, a messenger, every which way. But, okay, I'm just gonna hurry up and get to the point. Okay, now, as of lately, and this hit me, I guess a couple of weeks ago, and it was about Rihanna's weight gain. And I thought, dang, what is up, girl? What is up? Now I say this because, even though I don't sound like it, I am a mature woman. And I'm not only a parent, I'm a grandmother. And I have seen different people's weights go up and down, from my kids all the way up to friends, and parents thrown in there, all of that above. And so I'm thinking to myself, wow, you know what? This is a really substantial amount of weight. And, you know, analyzing, which I do all the time, I thought about Ella, you know, and how Rihanna as an individual has grown. And so through her growth, you get to see and understand what would be precious to her, what would matter to her. And being that she's in the public eye, okay, she looks like candy, and she has to look like candy. She has to look appealing because of her choice of career, and because she understands that there's going to be millions, if not billions, of people that will go out of their way to see pictures of Rihanna and her growth, by her records. So the point I'm trying to make is image is extremely important. Not like myself, you know, with the last video, 2 little horns, you know, I'm ready to go to bed, and you know, rather than my being anything or anyone that's important, I like for my words to be important. And so I don't always, like even right now, you know, I'm cleaning the house, and right in the middle of doing that, just before spring clean, you know, I thought, I'm gonna do a video. This is driving me crazy. I keep hearing it, and it just won't go away. So I'm like, okay, well, I will give it some attention, and I'll make the video. And so this way here, possibly the earworm instead of bookworm. I believe the earworm, I believe that expression was created by Randy Bachman. I believe so. I believe it was Randy Bachman that created that that saying, earworm, from the group BTO, if you're at all interested. Good group, good music, and Canadians. So, rah, rah. Anyway, okay, so public image is everything, absolutely everything. And if I was in the limelight, I believe it would be for me too. Not because I am vain, because I'm getting paid to look good and act vain. So my heart doesn't necessarily have to be vain. My personality doesn't have to be vain. The way I come across doesn't have to be vain. But when I am being paid to look good, act vain, then I like to hold up my end of the bargain. And I think right about now, you're stating the obvious. Come on, give it to me. Don't keep me dragging, don't keep me hanging. You know, I'm interested in this particular video. Just hurry up, get to the point so I can move on. Okay, so like I said, she does show that she takes her career very serious, just by the way she carries herself and her attire. Now, everybody hangs with accordingly, meaning that politicians hang with celebs, celebs hang with politicians. You can throw in some rock in there because it's more flavors. It makes the jumbo taste good. Okay. Point taken. Prince Harry of England, all of a sudden fell in love. That was it. Fell in love. Head over heels. From meeting, engagement, to marriage, a year and a half. And this is everywhere. All of a sudden it's everywhere. And story is that, breath of fresh air turned into demon. Somehow, difficult and bossy. Now, I cannot say I don't believe in the relationship entirely, but I believe that they got together under completely different pretenses that us, the public, know. Why? Because we're curious. Because we want to be told the truth of all things. Even the entertainment business. We want to be told the truth. And so this way we can continue buying, we can continue spending. Now, what would you say if all of a sudden Prince Harry came home with kids? And they belong to the Queen, his grandmother, the Queen of England, his grandmother. Society is going to say, where did these babies come from? And I'm not going to say, he could have been, he could have had a different thought process, we'll say. Okay, and say maybe, I'm filling a void in my heart, and while I was in Africa, I made a decision that I wanted to be a dad, and so I just went ahead and applied to adopt 2 kids. That's only going to fly so far. That's only going to go so far. Darn it, I just spilled coffee everywhere. It's only going to go so far before the public wants to know a little bit more. And that is, where do these children come from? Who's the partner? He could say, I adopted them. I don't know their parents and this and that. And, for the most part, society wouldn't buy it because it is the royal family. They know how important the royal family feels about bloodlines and the monarchy and rule of England. It wouldn't be news that could be easily controlled. The questions, there'd be too many questions for too long. So they decided to create a completely different scenario. Now, rumor has it that Meghan Markle would be the woman of Harry's interest. and she was on a big hit series, which I myself personally I watched Suits. I liked it, still do. But she was in the forefront well enough and a long enough time that she was recognizable. And they needed that because Prince Harry is Prince Harry, and he's recognizable everywhere. Doesn't matter where he goes. People can recognize that he is one of the Prince of England by the name of Harry. So they went, what? Because Prince Harry did just that. He went to his grandmother, and he regards his grandmother as his mother, a replacement for his mother, and really has needed her, continues to need her. The beautiful relationship. But like I said, he did. He went to his grandmother. Now these are messages that I keep getting. Okay, so I can't say if it's true. I can't say it's fact. All I'm saying is my spidey senses are telling me that I'm on to something here. And he said, Grams, I've got a kid or a couple of kids that are coming, and she might have asked Harry, okay, what do you want me to do? Actually, what would you like to do? And he said, I would love to be a father. That would just be the greatest. It's, the child would be a part of me. And through loving eyes, she said, okay, we're going to come up with an idea here. And we will roll out this idea. And at the end of rolling everything out, no one knows the better, and you will be able to carry on your life with your children. And that made him completely happy. But why would they choose Meghan Markle? Of all people. And there is this reason and that reason, far off cousins, yada yada yada. Information is planted so easily. You have to really be careful what you think is true and not true. Speaking of which, that's why I said this can be true, it may not be true. It may be legitimate facts, or it might not be. All I know is that it just kept coming and coming and coming and coming, and I thought, okay, I have to put it out there. Fine, I will put it out there. It just won't leave me alone, this earworm. So Prince Harry would have said to his grandmother, the Queen of England, how are we going to do this? How are we going to pull this off? Well, we'll have you get married. First things first. And then an unexpected pregnancy. People will think, is it love? Is it a shotgun wedding? Did he have to marry Meghan because she got pregnant? When did she get pregnant? Was it just before a certain time frame? All of that would have to come into play. Timing is everything. Everything. Now, what if the biological mother of these children had just as much to lose as he did, in the sense of privacy, music, money, business, all of that? I mean, forever. Imagine the attention they get now what kind of attention would they get after the fact? It could drive anybody into madness. Everybody. Because there was a lot at stake. A lot at stake. And I believe possibly more for the mother than the father. Because Prince Harry's already established. He is one of the princes of England. His brother, Prince, will turn to king. And the second born will always be a prince, but I don't get attitude from him. You know, he kind of looks at it like, I'm glad it's not me, man. You know what I mean? I want my own life at all times. So they said, okay, what is the scenario now? Harry is known to have partied out west. You know, out west. And with everybody, you know, and who they know and what they know as far as friends and, you know, our celebrities, you know, the people all hang together from that same kind of class. Now, you might be going, are you suggesting that Prince Harry and Rihanna might have been doing the funky thing? Yep. Yep, I'm suggesting that. I'm suggesting just that. I truly am suggesting just that. You go, why you turn this off, garbage? You know what you're talking about. Well, as of lately, haven't you yourself, kind of itch right here, haven't you yourself wondered, you know, why Harry took an HIV test publicly, and they said that was to enforce certainty, and enforce responsibility. How every individual, if they are not going to be monogamous, or you know, they got a lot of seeds that they want to sow, they should be responsible and, you know, periodically get tested. And that would be for a sexually transmitted disease. Now, he did this publicly. With him was RiRi, was Rihanna, and she too was getting tested, HIV and sexually transmitted diseases, STDs. Even then, sorry, I got a vitamin C in my mouth. Even then, people went, what? How did you get these two people together? What? What's Rihanna doing hanging with Harry? Well, they party hard. Are they BFFs? Both of them getting tested to show the public, because they are very not only impressionable, but at the forefront. They're very public. Hence, they make money from how popular you are, even to how much you're hated. You know, everything and anything sells. I mean, they're selling air, for goodness sake, okay? Like, that should, you know, and another video altogether, but they even sell air. So believe you me, they knew that they could pull something like this off. You know, Rihanna is such a public image, and, you know, she highly influences the minds starting at a very young age onward, and that is the exact same for Prince Harry. And the guy's no slouch. Seriously. You know, Captain, flies and Apaches. I mean, both him and William. They're no slouches. No slouches as far as gentlemen are concerned. and sons and grandsons. But you know how every time a family member is to get married, what the Queen does is check their genetics. And Meghan Markle was no stranger to this. She had to do the same thing. Princess Diana, quote, quote, had to do the same thing. And this is nothing that the Queen would even consider compromising. It's there. It's a rule. It's in stone. It has not changed. It will not change. It won't even be a discussion. Because to her, a discussion would be ludicrous. A colossal waste of time. So she's saying, hey, look, I'm doing this, you know, for all the young women, for the single women. You know, it's really responsible that you know, once a year at least, you get checked out. If you're going to be an independent woman and you're going to own your own, you know, castle and rule with your own scepter, you know, it's cool. Get checked, make sure you're okay, and may you prosper. And Prince Harry, under the exact same illusion, emphasizing it's not cool to be a cad. Check that out. It's not cool to be a cad. So how do we know, okay, that because they're both such high profile, and it was somewhere, I mean, a year and a half ago, 2 years, I remember hearing something that Rihanna was dating a prince, but the prince had a completely different name and a completely different skin tone, but a prince all the same. And to see what the public feedback was going to be about that and different things and whatnot. Now, at this point, okay, am I suggesting they dated? Nope. Am I suggesting that they might have done a whoopee thing, you know, got funky with it? Yeah, there's a real high possibility that that actually did happen. But under what circumstances? Is it because they, you know, are hot for one another? And right now, it would be really stupid for, this is their thinking, it would be really stupid for this to go public because that's the Rihanna. She wouldn't be in the same position to make music again, to write again. She may want to, as much as she loves, not settle down yet because she has so much more that she would like to express and give. And this would be heavy duty to consider at this time in her life. I do believe that she questions whether in that situation she would be selfish or not. The other scenario, okay, is that she was paid to be a surrogate mother. And because she's from Barbados, the Caribbean, it would only make sense if, in fact, him and Meghan actually, wow, they clicked. Surprise! Ta-da! But there's the block of either age, for whatever reason, can't carry a child, can't deliver a child. People are even going on a stretch to say he is a tranny. And I guess everything sells, you know. I mean, when it gets to different things like that, I have to laugh for the most part. But just say, and they fell in love. How are you going to pull that off? You can't just go to anybody and say, hey, would you like to be a surrogate mother? Or for Prince Harry and now Duchess of Sussex, you would always have to think they could possibly say something to somebody, even if she was wiped off of the face of the earth. She might have said something. To whom and to how many people? So the best course is to not feed that at all. That cannot even be an option. An option. It cannot. For the sake that it might present itself. And they would say, I am carrying a surrogate for Prince Harry and, like I said, the Duchess of Sussex. And so, therefore, I took the money. And, you know, they're not saying anything about it. There's not that promise that woman that did carry and deliver as a surrogate mother, she might eventually say something. And then the house of cards would begin to crumble, because you know, once you peel back a little bit and you're looking that as you peel back a little bit, you could see that the crack would only get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That, you know, eventually it could cause a complete collapse. So you want to have your public continue to believe in you as an establishment, as a monarch at all times, meaning they would not lie to their public, because there is that reality that kingmanship and queen womanship has come almost to an end, but not complete. And so therefore, with her showing the respect to the English people, because they are supported by the English people, she shows respect and gratitude. So, a surrogate mother, you would really have to really be super careful. I think that idea would be off the plate altogether. For sake, it could come up, and you want to leave no loose threads anywhere. I thought to myself, okay, I wonder if RiRi, if you went through a period where she gained any weight. I looked and I went, whoa, 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 what was up with this? And then the earworm, you know, was, you know, just made itself present more and more and more and more and more. And I thought, okay, I'm going to take a look at a couple of videos here. And I had to mute the music because it says like, oh my goodness, drives me nuts. And I'm like, there is a period in everybody's life where there are little slips. From the day you're born to the day you die, there's little slip-ups. And I thought, I can see if there's any pictures pertaining to her either being pregnant, weight gain, you know, because this idea just would not leave. And to my surprise, wow, definitely. Now, what I was going to say about her personality at the very beginning is that her image is ensured. It's her moneymaker. Her voice and her image are her money makers. She's going to care for both at the same time. Now, you can check out this woman's mechanisms, per se, because even in a bathing suit, she's looking at what she's checking. She's checking to see if her hard work is paying off. You know, do I have my 8-pack? Am I, for a woman, am I ripped? Am I toned? Am I attractive? And you can see that she is super confident. Super confident. She obviously worked hard to have the image that she does, the body that she does, the face that she does. and her voice that she has, to all of a sudden, I got the munchies, I'm just going to sit and eat, I'm so lonely, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have a life, what am I going to do? I'll just eat. Or have so much that everything is boring you, and just eat. No, that's not even her personality. She's the water element. She'll feel everything. Water. Pisces. She'll feel everything. Everything. So I'm like, this is no, you know, I am chilling and ODing on McDonald's because screw my life, it's just terrible. You see, it doesn't make sense. You don't work that hard to get it, and then when you got it, let it go. It's not human behavior. The mind does not work that way. When you got it, you want to ensure to keep it. And when you keep it, you want to grow. So all of it doesn't make any sense. All of it. It really doesn't make any sense. I'm going, you're pregnant. You're pregnant. And then I looked, I found this, and I really had to catch it at the right time. Okay? And I thought, oh, I'll just tell people it's 8 minutes and whatever seconds. And I'll put the link. I am going to put the link. Okay? And it is around the 8-minute mark. She's obviously on stage. And she's wearing a pink outfit that looks like it has ripples. Now, women, I believe, because they carry the child, I believe they can see a pregnancy before a man does. But there are men that are men, and men are sensitive, that they too can go, honey, are you pregnant? And her go, because she's too busy, she's just thinking, oh my God, I've got to change my diet, I'm eating really late, look what I'm eating, and not even thinking about being pregnant. So men, yes, as well. So forgive my ignorance, I'm going to back up on that. Okay, so what percentage would you say, because she has everything, that she's going to throw herself into food when having worked so hard to be where she is today? And I don't care if she sold her soul to the devil, that's her business. I pray for her. I do. I really do. For everybody. I pray for everybody. Because, one, they can get out of this deal, and two, because they don't believe in hell. Oh man, it scared the shit right out of me. Sorry for saying that word. Species. Doo-doo. It's just scared to be Jesus out of me. It really did. When I saw it, I was like, oh, they have no idea of the pain and torture that is there upon their request, and it being never ending. Never ending. It's really sad. You find that you do find the compassion to pray for these people, because they really don't know what they're doing, you know. Anyway, that's another story altogether. Where was I with this here? I was talking RiRi, yes. I just don't see her just like I said, falling on this I'm depressed scenario, or I'm a glutton, or you know, something along those lines that's gonna, you know, put her in a position where the feedback would be negative of herself. People would say a lot of different things, even possibly mean things, and I believe that that might be happening already in the here and now, because the weight change is shocking. And oh, let me predict what's next. Okay, all of a suddenly, now if you look at the timing, all of a suddenly what's going to happen is RiRi's going to get her body back. She's going to get her hard body back. all right? And they are going to say to the public, look what you can do right after you've had a baby. You too can be this way. And they're going to say it's due to healthy living, healthy food, positive affirmations, and you can do what Rihanna has done, and that is lose that weight as quick as she's gained that weight. And pregnancy might only be in someone's mind, but not reality, not an issue. Now, when I stopped this at 8 minutes, this video, I looked and I went, aha, you're pregnant. I could see it. And why is because her bump was higher, all right, and it was firm. It was firm. Now, when you gain weight, you don't gain weight just on one particular spot on your tummy. You gain weight everywhere. So my eyes instantly went to the waist, and I looked all around. I'm thinking there's no real weight gain except for your face, your legs, and oh, yep, what is that? What is that? Is that a bump there? And they can say it's a shadow, this, that. Check it out yourself. I'm like, no, yeah, no, I believe that, yeah, you just might be. Now, what gives me the idea that it might be RiRi and Harry, for whatever reason, was that blood test a year ago, or a year and a half ago, or just about 2 years. And when you listen to how long Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, from the moment they met to them being married, is a year and a half, almost 2 years. It's around the same time. And I thought, wow, they did this publicly, and they turned it into something extremely important, important to everybody, seriously. And being that they are influential, they made a right decision by doing this publicly, in the sense that they could create the opportunity to tell people of all ages, if you're going to have sex, be responsible. Because without responsibility, it might be you get yourself in a situation that nobody but God is gonna be able to get you out of that. And so therefore you get tested, because it is a responsible thing to do. You want to live. You want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and feel responsible to the person that you're intimate with, that you care enough about them to be able to say, hey, look, not a problem, but let's use protection if necessary, because this could be an option. You're not going to say, did you get tested? I want to see your papers. I think that would take the romance out of everything and anything. So, could it be, if we take a look at the timing, and I thought to myself when I looked at RiRi, I went, she almost has the same forehead as Meghan Markle. I'm looking at features, and I'm going, they're both women of darker tones. I could see it. So she was either, Rihanna was either, because she said he's from a different cloth. And she also said, I believe, that Prince William was the Antichrist. I don't know. Yeah. But what I do know is I found it peculiar that those two people in particular decided to get together and do this publicly, because they could use that time, that opportunity to do something really good for the masses, being that they are followed by billions, like I said. So that's where I wondered, Did they have a thing going on? You know, and then all of a sudden you called and said, Harry, we're about to be mommy and daddy. What do we do? And have that heartfelt conversation. Or was it, you know what, you're my bud, I love you to bits and pieces. If I paid you enough money, you think you might want to be a surrogate for me? I really want to have kids. She could be doing that too. She could be doing that too. Might be a nice chunk of change. Oh yeah, 9 months of your life? Well, we'll say 15. Because after the 9 months, you have to work it all off. You know, it just, I mean, a good portion comes off. But other than that, you do have to work it. And you already know, because you've been there, you've done that, you know how hard and how much you have to work. So, this is where I say the money better be worth it. It better be huge. Huge. Now, this is just an idea. Okay? This is just me. You know, it is not a fetish of any celebrity fetish of any sort. This just came to me, and it would not go away. So now I took a video, and I'm really hoping that that'll go away. This really definitely is a thought, isn't it? Isn't this just as strange as that, you know, block of time on all channels to promote safe sex, and how, you know, we are responsible for our actions, and so therefore we need to choose wisely and be responsible enough to understand that it could kill you. It could kill you. Okay, so I'm digging. I know it's a weird thought. Tell me what you think. Like, I guess. Share, I guess. And yeah, you can subscribe. Yeah, you can. I know it's a really weird thought, right? It's really weird. You know, just chew on it for a bit, because I'm still kind of going, huh? Could be. We'd never know. Or would we? Okay. Love you lots. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao, ciao.